Hello, this is Scott Pacino, editor of Telecoms.com, and I'm delighted today to be speaking to Lutfi from Indosat Oredoo Hutchison. We're going to talk a bit about IOH's digital transformation journey since its creation a few years ago. So, Lutfi, if I could just start by asking you to give us an overview of that journey since day one.
Yeah, sure. So thank you, Scott, for the opportunity. Thank you, everyone. So to brief you about what is the digital transformation journey in Indosat, it starts in 2023. So at that time, we are appointed our partner, which is Huawei, that will help us to run the digital transformation together with the IOH vision to make this one happening. Now, in this kind of digital transformation, our own aspiration and ambition is to make a zero-touch operation. So this zero-touch operation is not something built overnight. We are doing a roadmap that ensuring that operational efficiency will be created with very talented resources working behind it. So in this kind of digital transformation, we are not trying to cut the people off, but we are trying to offer a people a better leverage of skill set and to let them give more added value into the work. Now, in this digital transformation, we are touched upon at least three biggest points that we are going to transform. First is the operational NOC, the Network Operation Center. Second is the field teams operations. And the third is the network and design optimization. Now, in this kind of the first thing, NOC, what we are going to transform this one, we want to transform the traditional one that we are doing dispatching a ticket and querying alarm manually for many NMS in every network by changing this one automatically. You know, in our network, which we have 50,000 sites, we are getting abundant of alarms that actually we don't need to carry or care about everything. So my tools or the digital transformation works to simplify and demarcate this one to be prioritized on which issues that we are working upon. This really make our operation much more efficient and creating a better customer experience. Second point that we are trying to transform is about the field service operations. Nowadays, field operations is working a very tough job that they are working day and night in a very less efficiency. Now with digital transformation, they are getting a ticket dispatch in a very efficient way. And on that ticket, they are getting a very clear statement what they are need to do, and then what they need to escalate, and by when they need to close this ticket to make sure the site is up. By these things, we can ensure that the customer experience of assurance is being getting known, because customer is the most important one, and we need to ensure that we know when the issues will be solved. And number three is about the network and design optimization. In this kind of thing, we are trying to transform the optimization of the network by manual, by touching the network, changing here and there, by implementing what we call the Service Operation Center. With this kind of thing, we are optimizing network based on the service, not anymore based on the network KPI. With the service KPI, we are more straightforward to attack the service and not again the traditional KPI. So actually, this is the three pillars of the digital transformation that we are working with Huawei for the last 1.5 years almost now.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. I know that a lot of your work is being optimized and leans heavily on artificial intelligence, AI. Could you just tell us a little bit more about the role that AI has played in the process you just described?
All right. So there are several use cases, interesting use cases that we are working upon now. But let me try to reiterate and brief you one or two use cases that really help us. So first of all, now we are trying to build what we are calling the customer NPS based on the prediction. So nowadays, we know that the telecommunication business is not really growing very big anymore. It is quietly saturated if you are not really creative enough on how we getting this value from the customer. So churn is a very high issues in our network. Now, we can forecast what is actually the customer satisfaction based on the usage, based on the service KPI, and based on the experience that we can see and infer from any usage of the networks. So let's just say this user is a common user who's traveling from home to office every day. We could know that how is actually this experience, and by that experience, we can actually also forecast, will this guy is churn or not? And if we know that one, we can avoid that churn. So we could be able to retain this kind of user better and better. Nowadays, to getting more user is not easy anymore. So to retain is much more important. So this is the first use case that we are trying to bring in. And second, what I would like to bring is what we call the ChatOps. Now, in our operations, our library, we are trying to make a very good library and also databases that can help the operations, not anymore to looking at any literature reference back on the book or even on the soft copy, but they can just simply looking at on the ChatOps. They just simply write it on the chat conversation, and some intelligent helper that can give them an answer of any network issues. For example, if you would like to know that, is there any issues in such network? What issues of the net? What issues? What specific issues on this network? What is the root cause of these issues, and what need to be done to rectify the network? So the tools and the intelligent agent would help the NOC people to give that answer, so we could be more efficiently solving the problem, hence lowering the time to repair that will be felt by the customer experience at the end. So I think that is the one to important use cases that we are bringing now.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Scott, for the opportunity that giving to us to explain all of this. Thank you.